So I was just thinking about suffering. Some people don't want to believe in God, or they don't like God because of this whole thing about suffering. They don't believe that God should allow suffering. Or some people think that God causes suffering. And I can understand when we've been through very traumatic things in our lives, and who hasn't, we could get very angry. Well, why didn't that person live? Like, hey, my mother died. Literally, my mother's gone. She died in 2013, and we were very, very close. And I could say, well, why wasn't she healed? And why did God allow that? And well, there are certain things in life that are mysteries. But here's what I think. I don't believe that God is responsible for the tragedies in our lives. I believe that from what I hear from preachers, I hear that God allows negative things to happen, which God does not initiate. People don't want to believe that there is an evil one who initiates these things. They want to put the blame on God. However, there is an evil one, which is the whole reason why Jesus, the Son of God, came to the earth. It's because of the evil one and the damage that he caused. And that's why Jesus came to die as the perfect sacrifice, so that heaven would be open again to us humans. And us humans were not perfect, So my point is this. Why does God allow suffering? Well, although from what I understand, God does not initiate the suffering, God allows it because there are certain wonderful lessons that come about, there's certain growth that come about. And apparently, from also the near-death experiences, many of them that I've watched on YouTube, they say that Earth is sort of like a school. It's a school. It's a training ground, right? And so the negative experiences, the tragedies that come up in life, the hardships that come up in life, they're allowed because they strengthen us and they take us to another level. And it's also when that happens that we're able to share firsthand our experience with other people who are going through that, and it becomes a source of inspiration for them, a source of consolation for them, and we're sort of a guiding light to, hopefully, to the one who sent us all here. And what I'm learning is that there's so much that we just can't understand. And that's what they say, God's ways are not our ways, But if God himself allowed Jesus to go ahead and be crucified, and yes, this is historical fact that Jesus was crucified. You have the internet, if people don't believe it, they can look it up and they can find out. There's scientific evidence that Jesus walked the earth, that he was crucified, all of this stuff. So if God allowed his only begotten son to suffer such a horrendous process, this torture, this crucifixion, then why do you think, you're going to be exempt from number 2 in your life? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is part of life. These are the mysteries of life. And someday we will get the opportunity to find out exactly why things went down the way that they did. Things that we just don't understand. And according to some of these people who've been through the near-death experiences, they have chosen the life that they're in. They've chosen these hardships. You could say, how the heck would I freely choose this kind of situation that I'm in? I get it. I get it. But I have my own reason for believing it's true, which I might get into another time. What I'm trying to say is, just like a child who's about 2 doesn't fully understand things, they want to do things the way they want to do, they want to run out into the street, and the adult will stop them. Because sometimes, you have to be disciplined, because we don't know what's on the other side of that. A 2-year-old's not going to understand. And they could cry and say, well, you stopped me. They could think, well, why did this big person stop me? Well, why does God stop us from certain things in our lives? Why does he prevent you from getting a certain job? Why does he prevent you from continuing this relationship with somebody who ran off with somebody else or whatever? I think that there's the God's looking out for us. There's the discipline, and there's some suffering, but the suffering is only for a time. You see, with God, we're dealing with eternity. So if you have to suffer even for a short time, right? I think the outlook is, well, you have the rest of eternity to be happy. This is just for a season. This is a season. Okay, I hope that sheds some light on things, and I know this world can be really tough. Just the heat alone today outside, it's just, it just makes getting around more uncomfortable. And then, life seems more challenging when you're just not feeling, comfortable. So I understand. And then we have these other things all around us. You hear things on the news and you see things going on in families. So I say, God bless you. And I pray for your happiness and your protection, and for just refreshment on this hot day, if you're having a warm temperature like we are here in New York. And God bless you.